welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. My next guest, a very special guest, a guy I love, an inspirational guy. Played for Rutgers years ago, and while he's applying his craft, kind of a crazy play, and he became a quadriplegic. And since then, has been nothing but a show of inspiration and just a guy you look up to. So tough, so amazing. This Saturday, they are retiring his number 52 at the Rutgers new facility, which is an amazing place, and I cannot be more happy about that. I'm going to talk a little bit about that and his career and what he's got going on, because he's very involved in charity. The great Eric LeGrand is here. What's up, Eric?
Hey, how you doing, Artie?
Good talking to you, man. First of all, how exciting is it, man? What an amazing facility that is. I saw a game there last year. To have your number 52 retired, give me your thoughts on that.
You know, it's going to honestly be a crazy moment. You know, I really don't get too emotional or choked up, but, you know, this is really going to be something special. And I'm really looking forward to it, and especially addressing the crowd, you know, of course, giving my thanks, but also talking about my foundation, Team LeGrand, which I partnered with the Christopher Dan Reed Foundation, and explaining a little bit more about that and how they can help.
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, that's the thing about you, man. My father, the last 4.5 years of his life, he was a quadriplegic. He fell when I was 18. He fell a week after my 18th birthday, and he died when I was 22 and a half. And it was hard to watch. You know, he was a quadriplegic, and he didn't embrace it the way you did. And he was just like, I don't want to see anybody. He was just waiting to die for years. And you are so the direct opposite. You embrace life. You attack it, and you try to help out as much as you can, and you're in a unique position to help out. And I don't know, you just really do. I mean, like how do you have that in you, man? Are there days where you want to just be alone, or you know how important what you're doing is? I mean, how do you feel?
You know, there's not really too many days that I get upset, because each day I feel like I'm reminded, every day I go to therapy, what type of position I am and how blessed I am to be able to do what I do. Before this, I'd never been able to travel all over the world, talk to so many people, meet so many different people. And now you see me in my situation, I'm all over the place and just trying to raise the awareness, and all these people looking up to me, telling me I'm an inspiration. If I give up, I feel like I'm going to let everybody else down that's looking up to me. And, you know, not even just in my situation, they look to me as their source of inspiration, like, oh, I got fired from my job, but I'm not going to sit around and wait. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get a job to support my family. Or people that text me, oh, I wasn't going to go to the gym today, but I know you would be loving to be on the bench press right now, so I'm going to go do that. Things like that, you know. This is why I'm here. This is what it's all about. It's bigger than me.
No, that's an amazing way to think, really. I mean, for a guy who gets fired from his job and to be down and to think of you, it's like he's like ashamed of himself, you know. And for a guy not to try a little harder, just to be good in life, or whatever it is, mentally or physically, and thinking of you and what you go through, and how you just get up and do it every day. It is. You're right. You're in a unique position, but it's great that you recognize that. You know.
Yeah, I do see it, because everywhere I go, people come up to me and tell me what an inspiration I am, or just want to be around me. And, you know, it honestly makes me feel good. That keeps me going. Without the people, you know, it's hard to stay motivated, knowing that, you know, they're supporting me and they're behind me 100% of the way. That gets me up every morning when I make the decision to not lay in my bed and just sit here. And I make that decision either if I'm going to therapy to work hard, or if I'm going out, just talk with other people and just share my story and then try to inspire them. This is what I'm here to do.
You know, my co-host, Eric, John Ritchie, played in the NFL for 7 years, and, you know, in college football, big-time college football for years. And I want to get his perspective and his thoughts on this, and let him talk to you a little bit, because he can relate more than I on what you're going through.
Yeah. Hey, Eric. Good talking to you, man. I heard that you addressed the team tonight. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was actually, I got to talk to them right after practice around 12 o'clock today, and it was just good to be back in that locker room again. So a lot of things changed in there, but, you know, it's all about the people that are in their locker room that affect the whole team. So being able to see some of the people that I did play with, and then seeing a lot of the new guys that I really don't know or haven't got to hang out with, being able to address them and tell them how I'm a part of their family. You know, they see me out and about or on the radio, but I'm a part of them. I went through the same thing as them, and I was in the locker room less than 3 years ago doing the same thing.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, pretty special.
Yeah. What about the team rallying cry? Believe does that mean a lot to you? That is something that's become a tradition there at Rutgers.
It kind of has, because it's on the front of their helmets. It says "Believe," set a ride down, or whatever type of helmet it is. It says "Believe" across it. And back in high school, I always used to hit the EL. Not even know, because we had to believe above our locker room door, and I always used to hit the EL going out to practice, not even, realizing it. And the summer before I got hurt, I told my friend about it. And, of course, right when I got hurt, that was the word that came out. And he told everybody that story, how I used to hit the EL for Eric LeGrand and Believe. And they took off from there. And now it's been a part of Rutgers. It's part of me. And that's what you got to do. You got to have the right attitude, and you got to believe, because without hope or belief, there's really nowhere you can go.
Well, you should be real proud of yourself, because I'll tell you, the last decade, last 5 years in particular, the Rutgers program has made such strides. They've become a real force. They brought a lot of people to the NFL, including Ray Rice, who got a ring last year and seems to be playing better than ever. And, a brand new facility. And two main faces from that time are Tim Pernetti and you, Eric LeGrand. You're two guys that were amazing helps to that organization and to Rutgers. And, both of you should be proud of what you've done. But I think even Tim would say you are the number one guy, the number one inspiration. And, look, Rutgers in the Big Ten, man. They're playing the big guys, and you're playing, your inspiration helped get them there. How do you feel about everything that's happened with Rutgers?
Well, I feel like Tim did a great job with his time there. He really took us from where we were.
Absolutely.
10 levels above.
Yep.
And where we are now in the Big Ten, That's really good. That's a huge step for Rutgers. And in many ways, academically, financially, athletically, so many different ways that improves Rutgers University. And me just being pretty much a spokesman or the face of the university really means a lot to me, because, I've really shown what this university is about, the things I learned being there, and just trying to represent it the right way and the way it's supposed to be represented. Not with all this negativity that we always have going on with the media. I'm trying to represent it in the right way. And being able to be on the media and to see people to see that honestly means a lot, because we need some positivity in this world.
Definitely.
Hey, Eric, how do you feel Rutgers is going to do competing in the Big Ten? Honestly, do the guys feel like this is biting off quite a bit?
I actually, I feel like, especially when I was playing there, I feel like we always have wanted to be with the big guys. We call them the big dogs. We feel like we can play with anybody in the country given the opportunity. Mm-hmm. And now that we finally have the opportunity, recruiting is going better. We're getting recruits from all over the country now. People want to come and play for Rutgers. Back in the early 2000s and the 90s, people didn't want to come. It was just at the lower stage of the program, and that's why I got to give Coach Yano a lot of credit for building us up to where we are now.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Coach Flood now taking over, and people are wanting to come, and more recruits coming. I believe we're going to make a huge impact with the Big Ten. A lot of people think, they're going to get destroyed and everything, but we can play just as good as football. We're going to get those huge recruits just like they do, those big-time guys, the bigger players, faster players, and we're going to be ready to play ball when it's time.
No, I agree. And again, you're a big part of them getting there. Real quick, we got a crunch on time. I'm going to let you take the next 30 seconds. Tell us exactly all about your charity and exactly about your foundation and how someone donates. Go ahead.
I'm glad you brought that up. My foundation, like I said, I partnered with the Christopher Dana Reeve Foundation.
Right.
It's called Team LeGrand. You can go to www.teamlegrand.org.
Teamlegrand.org./join.
And you can join for $52. You get a T-shirt, one of my foundation T-shirts, one of my foundation wristbands, and also updates on where I'm going to be speaking and updates on my progress in therapy. Just join it for $52. And, we're making a huge cause in this to help people with the quality of life, also help people emotionally go through something like this, and eventually physically by getting more therapies in for people, because not a lot.
All right, Art. I love
starting your dream.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.